Good evening, welcome to Business Forum. In proud association with Master Industries, the makers of quality building materials. I am Anita Mwangozi. Now a look at what's coming up. Tanzania pulls out of the single tourist visa East African Community Agreement. Air transport still most expensive across East Africa. And we explore how best to plan for 2015. Good to have you with us. Tanzania has pulled out of the single tourist visa for tourists, an arrangement that is intended to allow tourists access game reserves and national parks in East Africa. According to sources, Tanzania's major concern is on checks and balances concerning security of its people if anyone under tourist brand is allowed to enter its territory by another. Kenneth Wide files this report.
The decision by Tanzania to pull out from an arrangement that was seen as the best strategy to attract tourists into East Africa, the single tourist visa, is seen by players in the sector as unfortunate. Uganda tourism players view Tanzania as a resistant country whose agenda is self-drive rather than regional prosperity.
Kenya and Tanzania has been inlets for Uganda, and they feel that most of the tourists do pass through Tanzania and Kenya, and they come here.
However, the vice chairman of East African Tourism Platform, Boniface Byamukama, believes Tanzania's action amounts from failure by other East African partner states to listen to its concern on security.
IT was noted as one of the challenges, and also security. And I think they are working on it, and we are looking forward.
Tanzania have scored a goal in promoting tourism. So if the country have been concentrating and promoting tourism, this involves the monetary fund, have put in money. So I don't feel that it's selfish, because a country which have not concentrated and injected financial and promoted tourism, we should not benefit it on silver plate from the sweat of another country.
Tanzania has overtaken Kenya in tourism arrivals as per 2014 statistics and is now a tourism giant in East African region. Tour operators believe that the step taken by the Swahili-speaking nation was seen long before Kenya, Uganda and Rwanda launched a tourism visa without including Tanzania and Burundi. Kenneth Wide, WBS News.
Works and Transport State Minister Stephen Chebrot wants the aviation players to lower the cost of flight tickets in correspondence with the international market, as well as the fuel costs. The minister wants flights between Nairobi and Entebbe reduced, wondering why the route is more expensive than flying outside East Africa. As Kenneth Wide reports, Chebrot lashed out at Kenya carrier Kenya Airways for monopolistic behavior to dominate the market without giving room for cheaper flights.
The high cost of flights between Jomo Kenyatta International Airport in Nairobi and Entebbe International Airport in Uganda remains extremely high, a factor that Uganda government officials are pressing for measures to reduce it. Transport State Minister Stephen Chebrot wonders why the route is more expensive compared to a flight outside Africa, blaming the cost on monopoly of Kenya Airways.
To fly from Nairobi, even as of now, my air ticket cost me $1,400. Sometimes it costs $1,800. Some Ugandans here have been paying even close to $1,200 to fly to Nairobi. This has not been fair. This has not been fair because of the monopolistic attitude of Kenya Airways.
Though there are no policies in place that can force the airlines to reduce transport cost, Chebrot wonders why the companies cannot reduce the cost in relation to a reduction in global fuel prices that has lowered by half.
Now, why are the airlines still charging the same fee they charged even before the fuel came down? Why are the prices not coming down? That's what we should ask ourselves. Okay, people, friends are saying, oh, Uganda, Kenya Airways is making losses. I'm not interested if they are making losses. Let them shut down.
This was during the launch of SAC's charter flight, a 19-seater charter plane that will be flying 2 times a day from Entebbe to Nairobi at yet undisclosed reduced price. The charter by Kenyans is looked at a competition driver that may force other airlines to reduce the transport cost.
The efficient movement of people and goods in the region is a pillar of expedited integration, and SACS is set to deliver.
Currently, the cost of one-way flight to Nairobi is about $1,300 from Entebbe International Airport, while a flight to Dubai from Entebbe cost $1,200. It was also revealed that Entebbe International Airport is in a plan for expansion at a tune of $400 million. Other airstrips of Arua, Gulu and Soroti are also up for rehabilitation to expand Uganda's aviation industry. Kenneth Bwire, WBS News.
The Public Accountants Examinations Board of the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Uganda has released results for the 2014 examinations for the Chartered Public Accountants course and that of the Accounting Technician's Certificate. During the release of the results, the Institute called on professional accountants in the industry to embrace the sense of integrity and honesty to safeguard public funds from the worrying corruption trends in the country.
For the CPAs, 192 completed the CPA exams. I'm sure you know that these professional accountancy exams are a little harder. They are not easy. So for people who really successfully completed these courses, they deserve a pat on their backs, and we believe they are going to be very useful accountants to society.
And these examinations were conducted from the 24th to the 29th of November 2014. The board would like to thank the training institutions, examiners, moderators, markers, invigilators, and the Secretariat for their contribution in the entire examinations process. November 2014 examinations.
Setting New Year targets is for some people key to achieving financial success, while for others it remains a life challenge that at times results into minimal achievements. Some, however, set overly ambitious targets that they have neither the finances nor the ability to realize. Godbert Moshaba is a policy analyst who says financial discipline is at the core of the success of any future plans.
By now, you should have reviewed the year 2014 to get your current financial position. This entails computing your current level of assets and liabilities. Knowing the assets you have, including savings, investments, and loans, gives you an accurate financial position as opposed to only looking at your current income. The new year often gives people a clean slate to work on, setting goals and targets to ensure the new year is better than the last, to avoid a repeat of past financial mistakes. Godbert Moshaba is a policy analyst who explains how crucial it is to set targets.
If it is purchasing a piece of land, again, you have to go through the same process. But then the point here is that why am I purchasing the land? Because the target is not to purchase the land. The target is more of what you want to achieve. You already visualize what you are going to do in your head. If it is looking for funding, you have already thought about the options on where you get the funding from.
He says that critical to your action plan is figuring out how to reduce the risk of being just one step away from poverty, which to him takes financial discipline.
Whatever the income, you can actually plan with it. your targets and ambitions are likely to be more modest because of your size of income, but you are still able to plan.
Tumashabe says that one ought to be sure of every step they intend to take so that they plan well enough for the unavoidable external shocks, both economic and political. We ask what his plans for 2015 are and how far he's gone with making them a reality.
Right now I am saving some money to make sure that by the beginning of May, we can start the initial construction of those facilities. Now, we've set ourselves a target of opening the school for the school year of 2016.
Making resolutions has become a must-do activity at the beginning of every new year. However, the test is the end-of-year review.
This is Business Forum on WBS TV, powered by Master Industries, the makers of quality building materials in Uganda. Stay tuned for more business still to come. Africa's hair market still biggest in the world. Stay tuned.